Hello, 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 friends and global family. Welcome to an epic night of inspiration, connection, and transformation. Nice, nice. We're rolling with the live. We love it. Oh, you can hear yourself cheering. I love that. I'm Alexa Spatty, your trusty full moon anchor. How are we doing? We're good? Fabulous. I'm loving the energy. Are there any first timers? Put your hands in the air. Oh, let's go, baby. I love that. Big shout out to all of you, whether you're here with us in person or tuning in at home. We love you. We're here to gather and celebrate the full moon and the second official ceremony right here in Entheon. Let's go. So, for those of you who are new to CoSM and our full moon ceremonies, tonight's flow features wisdom, music, and poetry, courtesy of our dear friends from the community. All you need to do, it's very simple, is sit back, relax, and allow your hearts to embrace the infinite awesomeness of this mystical eve. Do you think that you can do that? Okay, are we ready to rock? Yeah. Alrighty then, without any further ado, please welcome visionary artists and CoSM founders, Allyson Grey and Allyson Grey. Where are you at? Come on out. Here they come. Oh, yeah. Here they are. Let's go.
Oh, my goodness. Here I am. Hi. Look who's here. Hey, Alex, come on up. Look who's here. Company's come. Oh, my God. How are you all? You doing good? You doing everybody? I hope you had a beautiful day. Some of you likely toured the place. How many people walked through before tonight? Most everybody. Fantastic. Well, we are so excited to be here. Thank you so much for joining us. Look who's here, Roland Ramos. Well, welcome to the full moon ceremony, the CoSM full moon ceremony, and thank you so much for coming. This program celebrates the 256th in a consecutive and unbroken chain of CoSM full moon ceremonies since we began the CoSM full moon ceremony in our studio in Brooklyn back in January of 2003. So that's over 20 years of there and now. Well, there we had a few friends. Now we have more friends. But there we had a few friends who came together in our loft to pray for the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors. You know, we didn't have a chapel, we just had our Brooklyn loft, so everybody came to pray for that, and everybody performed. So it was our intention, and it was a prayer committee that did it, so I think the prayer committee has grown, hasn't it? So we are all here to envision the enduring Chapel of Sacred Mirrors, and to honor this very special moment, this time of us together, because this particular group is just very unique. We are going to use the number 256 to represent, this time together. And we can add those numbers together. When you add those numbers together, you add 2 plus 5 plus 6, you get 13. And when you add those together, you get 4. So the number 4 is what we designate in this night. And I just wanted to tell you that in numerology, 4 is the number of support and stability, like 4 walls of a room, 4. And it's about rooting down and taking care of yourself and your life. So the 4 areas of stability are the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. And so we think about those things in our life, the stability of our life and the rootedness of our life. And we'll see if something you hear tonight or something you think of while you're here reminds you of the stability of the number 4-ness of your own life. So that is kind of the theme. But the theme tonight is the light body. That's the light body. So we're going to talk about, creating and what is the light body and how can we cultivate the light body.
Turn it on.
Turn it on. So again, we want to thank all the staff who makes this happen, which is really formidable. Let's give them a round of applause. We want to thank all the CoSM members. How many people in the room are CoSM members? Identify. Yeah, everybody. And when you're not a CoSM member, you're called a future member. I just wanted you to know. So anyway, and so we look forward to some wonderful live performances tonight. I want you to know we had to put away the screens. We are in our second time using this room. And so we thought we could use them. We're not going to use them. If you ever want to peek around the corner, it's all going on behind you. This is what the people downstairs in the All One Gallery and the people out there in the known universe that are tuning in are seeing. And you guys are special. You're seeing us. So we'll have it again next time. Every time we come, we have new things. So we're going to have some new things next time too. But this is a hybrid world. We're talking to the world here. So anyway, in doing that, I wanted to thank also my beloved, Alex. It wouldn't happen without you, baby. It would never happen without you. Mwah. Okay. So now, Alex, you tell us why, just a little why, we celebrate the full moon, and also say a few brilliant words about the light body, okay? And I'll leave the stage.
Thank you, Allyson. Wow. Oh, I am so grateful to see you all and to be doing this here in this room. This is the newly minted temple space that you guys all built with us. And to me, that's, it's a creativity and spirituality working together to manifest a new horizon for our community, and it's an offering. It's a sacred offering by a community to the world. And that sounds highfalutin, but for some people, they're more than just pictures. They have a connection, somehow reflecting the soul's light. And so that's why we meet on the full moon. I didn't realize it myself, besides the shaman told us we meet on full moon, so we did it, you know. We said, this is the high tide of the spirit, you know. This is when light bouncing off the moon's surface is at its fullest and at its brightest. And actually, we're coming toward a supermoon, you know? It's like the first supermoon this summer, so it'll be a little bit bigger, you know, a little bit heavier. Like, you know, like, I love that, especially near the horizon, you know, you just, like, you can't help but love this cosmic friend. And it really kind of takes you out of your trance a little bit, you know, your self-trance, and you see something that transcends you, but connects everyone, of course, just like the sun. And so they call this the full buck moon, you know, and so may your July be full of bucks, I guess, you know, but we just saw a young buck jumping into, over the stone wall, you know, that's out on Wheeler Hill Road, jump into CoSM. So it was just kind of like, hey, could you mention me later, you know?
He had little
You
antlers.
just see me here.
He had
you know?
antlers, Alex. He had little antlers.
Yeah, he had little antlers, you know. So it's a young buck moon, you know. So we thank Spirit for sending these actual symbols of our connectedness with the web of life, you know, that what surrounds us, you know, is the sacred, and which we must preserve and must hold as sacred in order, I think, to really generate the right perspective on how we're going to save the real masterpiece, this planet that we've inherited from a completely outrageous beginning, you know. So I like to say that the full moon is actually a reflecting surface, you know, as we were talking about, and reflecting the greater light of the sun. And just like we're all sacred mirrors, reflecting the greater light of God. So metaphorically, the moon is what we are. We're material forms that are illuminated by heaven, you know, by which we see the divine. So what kind of crazy universe is this, that this is even possible, to contemplate your source and to have it be the real root of religion, truly, you know, that's why we look to some kind of primordial source or story, something that we can believe. So I'm more of a believer in science, which I find compatible, you know, as much as possible, as what's investigating the truth, testing it as much as possible. Good science, you know. And so if you look at just a simply scientific mainstream view of what happened here, you know, you got to go back 13.8 billion years and you find not a thing. Zippity-doo-dah universe, you know, right? Where are we? I don't know. It's boring, right? What should we fucking do? I don't know. I'm too fucking bored to know. And you know, it's like, this sucks. Somehow, there's no thingness. I got it. It's emptiness. It's space. It's so boring. I know. So, what do? I got an idea. You know, though 13.7 billion years ago, the great expansion, the Big Bang, supposedly came about. And although no one could see the light, because light was not present yet, light came 380,000 years later when this hot plasma that was not formed in any solid thing, you know, started to expand at a rate where photons could begin to emit, you know. And so this great expansion continued, and I mean, is there anything more surreal than that? I mean, you do have to take a lot of belief steps, you know, to accept this, but this, as mainstream science of what is true, it's a beautiful thing to consider that the universe itself is a light body, truly, you know, and that each one of us are a reflection of that cosmic process at our core. I mean, we can look at it as what happened after the 13.7, you know, and the great expansion, and then the photons, and then, holy crap, 4 million or 400 million years later, stars begin to form. Think of this great emptiness, and the light is turning on 400 million years ago. Took quite a while, didn't it? I know, but look, it's working, you know? So, wow, okay, emitting light, and then getting so old you explode and die. Supernovas you go into, but that is the stuff we're made of. So our atoms were forged in the thermonuclear reactions that happened in previous star explosions. So we are the light embodied, literally. I mean, to me, that's as much of a transfiguration as ever you could figure in any biblical stories or any appearance of the luminous forms of the absolute. Like here, this Big Bang just kept expanding, you know, until we each had our local galaxy, you know, and you had to, I mean, the Milky Way is just, there couldn't be a more beautiful, well, I guess there's 200 billion galaxies. You'd have to observe them all to make a really good judge of it. But I don't think that that's, you know, any point to say that ours is not so incredibly beautiful. And I'm so grateful to be a little fleck in that great ocean, you know, that cosmic ocean, whence birthed us, you know, like, what is it, 4 billion years old, or the Earth, or something like that, you know, and 2 billion years is kind of like life itself, you know, and so as a kind of game, of an evolutionary game that God can play, you know, on this kind of massive cosmic scale that we can reflect on, that we can see there's a lot going on. Just in the physical world, we haven't even broached into the light of the inner spaces that probably bring us all here. You know, we've seen worlds within that are equally infinite to the unmeasurable boundlessness of our unimaginable cosmos that has given us birth. So we're the enigma wrapped in the mystery, you know, ourselves, really. We have a name, but that's not who we are. We all know that. That spirit, the thing that shines in us, just like the sun, is the thing that unites us. And to me, that's a holy thing in itself. It's the mystery. We're embodiments of the light. It doesn't get any more direct. We don't have to make this shit up. This is science, This is just if you're paying attention to the truth that is already reflected. Now, if you happen to meet the truth inside, then you're bridging these dimensions. Then you can see that you're the spectrum yourself that goes from the groundedness, to the spiritual heavens. That we actually are in a sense, the God's eye. You only see God, said Meister Eckhart, by recognizing that you're seeing through God's eye. Which is so beautiful because it just means that we're included. There isn't anything that isn't, And when we recognize that we're part of this grand tapestry unfolding, this masterpiece in progress, then that lights us up, really. And probably literally, if we were clairvoyant, we could see our excitement kind of fill our aura. And, really the way that we understand anything about the light body has been through the thousands of years of artworks. If you haven't experienced it, here's a chart to initiate you into the idea that there are such things, and to introduce things like the acupuncture meridians and points. Now, how did that get figured out? Yeah. Can you imagine, how does this feel? I don't know. I'm kind of feeling it in my foot, I guess. And so that's a circuit board that is thousands of years old, and has been shown to work and to really help people. And it may be a mystery, this chi that's flowing through us, but it can be manipulated. We can work with it. We can recognize it. We can see how it can bring us greater health, by the management and the balance of these forces. So the idea that this light is running through us and that it helps us maintain our balance, that, to me, that it's a lot like, imagine these as kind of wrapping the body. They run into the body, but they're like, some clairvoyants have described about an inch away from the body. They're kind of wrapping around like this, hovering over it, which leads me to think that it's working with a more etheric layer of and an interaction with the physical body, which we've already seen it does. And so this light infuses us, and it's a pretty complex system, and it's been shown to work over a long time, so we can depend on that. Likewise, we've seen the chakras in the yogic systems that for thousands of years also have been used in the yogas and the different energy centers and things like this. So the Theosophists kind of adopted this, and they put a generalized lens on it and started to bring together some of these different energy bodies. And before you know it, we've got the auras and the chakras and the acupuncture meridians and points, and we're starting to see an interconnection. Every culture has their own lens into this kind of invisible, energetic physiology that each one of us has, whether we know it or not. You know, it's like, I don't know what's going on in my microbiome. Maybe you do, you know? But gosh, you know, likewise, I don't know what's going on out here in the energy field. You know, the scientists have already said that every time our heart beats, because we're here, you know, boom, 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 you know, we're drummers, you know, and so each beat is actually like a spark plug. It's kind of like our spark of life. And so that beat, you know, that spark that we are, that's our light, you know, and that's our consciousness, and it's in our heart. So this takes me to this idea that we're embodiments of a kind of higher love that beats in our hearts and that goes out to a radius that they've measured of 8 feet beyond the body, each beat. So we're all connecting on a vibrational level, physically, because these are measurable electromagnetic fields that are bouncing off of us, that have been measured. So, to me, this is miraculous. We're beings of light beaming at each other, you know, from 8 feet away, interweaving this kind of hive of higher energy, from which, because of that entanglement of our light bodies, we become one temporarily, and we get to see the safety in it and the elevating possibility of realizing our own vessel is filled with love light, and so is everyone else's, you know. And you know, the light body is pretty illustrated in my paintings, you know, you could say. I guess this whole thing is loaded, you know. But this shows that transition, that transfiguration painting, you know, and where we're disidentifying with the physical or purely physical identity, you know, the skin, body, and the one that's having a problem there. But then they kind of pop into this higher world of a visionary world, an ideal world that's been described in sacred traditions all around. And so that is the light of a higher world, you know. And that light of transcendence is what visionary art is capable of aligning us with. And it's why it's all over the space, and of course that's what our subject is transcendental light. That's both Allyson's and mine. I see her work, the jewel net of Indra, just having the interconnectedness of these. Do you want to describe what that is?
You want me to do that?
Well,
The jewel net of Indra?
yeah.
The jewel net of Indra is an experience of the fountains and drains of interconnected spectral light that we experienced and have experienced on psychedelics, and where we're all interconnected. Everyone has a fountain of light, And it's like suck holes and blow holes. That's what we are, you know, of energy, of invisible energy. So we're sucking and blowing energy out of our top and out of our feet, out of our body, torso. And yeah, that was my depiction of that experience.
It's so beautiful because it's a spectrum and a spectrum of light, you know, and a unit of light.
Well, Indra is a god of space, the Hindu god of space. And in the abode of Indra, there is a net that spreads infinitely in all directions. And at wherever that net crosses, there's a jewel that's so highly polished that it interreflects all the other jewels in the net. And that is the story of the jewel net of Indra.
Yeah, which I see reflected in the universal mind lattice experience, and even in this painting, you know, that is these interconnected heads are like the gems that are reflecting every other gem in the network, because they're all like basically heads. So it's a way of getting at that energy of interconnectedness, which seemed to us was this highest world of light that is symbolized by the sacred mirrors, and it just shows that moment, June 3rd, 1976, when we dissolved into the universal mind lattice, which was a light bodies of everybody, you know, and every being, you know, that you were interconnected with that web of light and love. And so that's the kind of the mystical experience that brought us here and brought us to attempt to embody those ideas in the works and make them accessible. And your being here tonight is so much, it does my heart so much good, my little beating son. And I just want to thank you all so much for coming out tonight and supporting this.
You're welcome. So what's going to happen now is we're going to change up the set a little bit so that Roland, Ramos, and Gravity are going to come up here and do a musical number for us. We have 3 performers, and Roland and Gravity are first. But while we're doing that, here's what you do. You have an assignment. Okay, so 2 things. 1, you turn to somebody that is sitting either next to you or behind you or in front of you that you have not talked to before. And you introduce yourself and take a couple minutes just to get to know that person, because that's what makes it a community, is that we meet more people than we knew than when we came. So while we're changing up the set, everybody find somebody that you don't know and meet them. Okay. I think that we should move the chairs to the other side, because isn't the, well, let me ask Alexa. So we're going to move those over here.
And I'll bring them back.
Now, do you think we should stay on this side? I mean, is this good? Or should we move to the other side? We can move them to the other side over to the corner for the performances and move them back.
Check.
Do you like them? And
There's plenty of space, so
yes.
I think it would be nice to have y'all up here.
Oh, well, I want to be on. I want to be on the stage. I just wanted to know whether you thought it should be on this side or that side.
It's fine. No, that's good. No.
Hey, Roland, let's get moving. Let's get up here. You need chairs for them? Oh, no, they're going to stand. Oh, okay. Hi, my love. So good to see you. Mwah. So you're going to stand? Yes, you sure? And you need a second mic? Yes. You have a... Gravity me when you're ready.
I love it. Yeah, total stage. Yeah. Yeah, the height's okay.
All as one.
We are
As
ready.
one.
We are ready.
As one. As one. As one.
So, Eric Rosado, thank you so much. You were one of the first people I met here at Art Church. And so the Art Church that we're going to get inundated with today is a celebration of that. So let's take a step back into church. We're Art Chakra. This is Gravity. I'm Roland. You guys are amazing. Thank you for everything you do. Music time, stories later. Hold on. You're worth the moment. I'll tell you guys. You're worth it. It's going to sound better.
Welcome to church, them say, you know we play the music of the heart. Welcome to church, them say, you know we play the music of the heart. Join me underneath this tree on the longest day.
On the longest day,
In the shade, in the shade, complications I'll go melt away. Oh, gone, yeah, gone, yeah, gone, 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 gone.
deeper the roots,
The stronger the branches. To reach the light, I'll take my chances. Here we go, here we grow. It's nature after all. It's no easy task to let go this mask and walk the path this soul has chosen for me. Ascension, ascension, defining intention. Everything we say is real. Everything we say is real. Elation, elation, the joy in creation. Who feels it knows it, Lord. Who feels it knows it, Lord. Can you hear
what do
me?
you do if you got no soul?
Be my light
Oh,
in the dark.
what do you got if you got no?
And the spark
of the world gives us strength to choose ourselves and shine. Ascension, ascension, defining intention. Everything we say is real. Everything we say is real. Above us, below us, we live in abundance. Who feels it knows it, Lord. Who feels it knows it, Lord. Welcome to church, them say, you know we play the music of the heart. Of the art or the heart?
Welcome to church, them say, you know we play the music of the art. Welcome to church, them say, you know we play the music of the heart.
Them say, you know we play the music
Welcome
of
to
the
church,
heart.
them say, you know we play the music
Welcome
of the
to church,
heart.
them say, you know we play the music
Welcome
of the
to church, them say, you know we play the music of the heart. Thank you.
What are you? You're an energy center with stuff attached to it. What is the planet? An energy center with stuff attached to it. What's the moon? An energy center with stuff attached to it. Underneath that, we're energy, and that energy, just I was thinking about today, is Malkuth is recognized. I never thought about Malkuth on the Kabbalistic tree of life. But it's here. This is it. But it's like, wait a second, hold on. We don't see it. But just today, this morning, before I came over here, I was like, oh. It's the theurgic approach to everything about putting love out there visually and bringing it back. And it's that's what the second song is about cultivating, which is greed and stupidity is the downfall of the nation. Human civilization is at a precipice for sure. But we'll let the song speak for itself. Gravity. Thank you for all the conversations that made this song possible. Greed and stupidity will be the downfall of the nation. Human civilization is at a precipice for sure. We want peace, love, and prosperity. We know you do too. So what's a girl to do in this identity? Is there any right or wrong? Religion only goes so far. Is this just a cosmic joke? Who minds the avatar? Circling, closing the distance between you and I. I'm alive. Why? I'm falling in my mind again. Down, down, down. Is this just an ego trip? Or down, down?
When I choose the gold
over my soul, perpetuate the shitstorm system. I'm pissed and I'm ready to lift off. Greed and stupidity will be the downfall of the nation. Human civilization is at a precipice for sure. We want peace, love, and prosperity for all, and we know you do too. So what's a girl to do in this identity? So what's a girl to do in this identity? Yeah, so what's a girl to do in this identity?
What are we to do?
Okay. Thank you. I just want to say, I'm going to tell a quick story because we want to keep this evening going along at a smooth, comfortable pace. This is total credit to the first time I ever met Alex at the studio. I had not had the pleasure of meeting Allyson, but it's been so good to work with you for so long, and thank you. I'm going to tell you a quick story, and it has to do with the light body, because this next song is all about it. The next song is called Garam Masala. But just so you know, I was walking across Fifth Avenue one day, about 15 years ago, and I found a checkbook. And I put the checkbook in my pocket on my way, and it said a name there. It said Alan Steinfeld. So I put it in my pocket, not thinking about it, and I went to do what I had to do. My boss gave me I had to meet up with Alex and give you some paperwork on the space in Chelsea. And I get there, and I'm like, whoa, mind blown. I didn't know where I was going. Who's Alex Grey? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. I meet, some dear friends who are here tonight who work the front. And I met Alex, and Alex, here's the papers. Oh, great, you work with this guy, it's so wonderful. And I'm like, my father would dig this, like truly dig this. And he's like, oh, bring him along. Sure, okay, yeah, no problem. So I bought my father the next week, and you went off walking. And from that time, I remember I was like, this art thing is really good at bringing people together. From that journey, I experienced working with the person I worked with at that time, a journey of curating exhibitions from my apartment in Hoboken, And then I started organizing art festivals in the area. From there, I went on to be an international curator. I did a number of residencies, and I just want to thank you for the impetus of that one moment where I was like, yo, Dad digs this, and he digs the art. Let's bring it together. Wait, what happened to the checkbook? 13 years later, Alex and Allyson asked me to come back and do an offering. And I see that there's somebody who's going to be speaking there. Guess what his name was? What was your name, sir? I just want to give credit. Alan Steinfeld is an amazing dude, and it was his checkbook I found 13 years ago crossing. He was giving a symposium for the last week, and I got to meet him that day, and I was like, can you believe that shit? Can you question it for a moment? I had your checkbook in my pocket. I'd found the day I meet Mr. Grey and the art, and this whole legacy is just too. I did, and I didn't know who you were and how influential you are in the community. By the way, you bring on so many new realities to all of us. Shout out, new realities, brother, new realities. Alan Steinfeld. He's going to talk in a minute, but this song. Why were you talking about my song before I played it, Alex? You were talking about my song. This next song is called Garam Masala. It was written in 2020 in Mumbai after so many years of working on it, and it talks about that one moment. The first line goes, cymatically. Who knows what cymatics are? Everybody take a deep breath. Om. In some way, we are aligning right there in that moment. Quantifiably over time, we become almost like a crystal, energetically. That light body over time is to be reflected in every moment. That heartbeat is real. You can measure that. And talk to me about it later, but right now I think we should get to the song and move this along. This is called Garam Masala. Thank you, Gravity, for singing this with me.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You can find us at artchakra.com.
Garam masala, good for everyone. Raise your temperature, have a little fun. Cymatically we coincide to the beating of a heart, a fractal wilderness of sound. Electromagnetically beat on, pulse, 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 to define one's affiliation by those that they exclude is poison in the well of life that goes against our groove. Point your finger at yourself, my friends, for you are everyone. Dismantle the idea of others, time and time again. Garam masala, mother's medicine. Raise your vibration. Nature intelligence. Pulse, 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 beat on. Pulse, 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 pulse. Be responsible for emotion that we put out to the world and bring up stronger DNA. Yes, we do what we do 'cause we must. Yeah, Garam masala, good for everyone. Raise your temperature. Be responsible for emotion that we put out to the world and bring up stronger DNA. Yes, we do what we do 'cause we must. Yeah, Garam masala.
masala. Good for everyone. Raise the temperature. Have a little fun. That's what we're doing. Garam masala. Mother's medicine. Raise your vibration. Reach intelligence. Garam masala. Thank you so much. Gravity. Appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Roland Ramos.
Amazing, amazing. Wow, Gravity, thank you.
Wow, that's really amazing. What incredible synchronicity. You know, it's funny because I think you guys are somehow connected and psychic because Alan only came on the program after you had decided you would come, Roland. So it's funny, he called and, you know, said, oh yeah, of course we want Alan Steinfeld here. He's an old favorite, and Alan is psychic anyway. I think that you probably are psychic. So, but anyway, he's here to tell us a little bit, talk a little bit about
Yes.
the UAPs.
I will. I actually had a
extraterrestrials.
PowerPoint I had prepared, but
I
first
know,
I
and we
wanted
had
to
pictures
give
too.
you this book, my book that you wrote the first dedication in.
Oh my goodness.
You did.
Oh, well,
you
thank you.
did.
I'm so glad.
And
This is your
yes,
first
yes.
book?
Well, it's my second book.
It's your
but-
second book.
But you wrote, that's my little inscription, but you wrote here, you and Alex wrote this.
We wrote a blurbage.
It says,
New realities are upon us. Alan Steinfeld provides one of the most informed and open-minded overviews of communication with alien intelligence and the UFO UAP phenomenon in his new book, Making Contact.
That's it. We're
us.
here to make
Alex,
contact.
Alex and I.
Yes, yes, yes. So thank
Yay.
you. You know, thank you. But I have to say, and that's an embarrassing story, Roland. Thank you for telling me. Because I remember crossing the street and did I drop something? And then there it was. And, you know, you can never really lose anything, right? But, you know, it's really special for me to be here because I've known you. I said I know you. I've known you since you were gray, before you were gray. I've known you for years, and one of my major spiritual experiences was, you know, when I was just opening up to what is spirituality. I walked into the new museum in 1986 because I was seeing a performance art piece, but I wanted to have a vision of what spirituality was, and there was the sacred mirrors right there in front of me, and I stood in front of the Universal Mind Lattice, and I said, that is a vision of spirit that I wanted to have. I thought it would be some kind of inner vision, but it was right there in front of me, right there. And so this connects me to this work. So this is a sacred space. It's a holy space. It's Alex said he feels that love, but he paints the love into the pictures. And how else could this whole sacred place come together except through love? Years of visioning since 76. What held that vision together was love. And it comes out right here on these walls. So thank you for that. So
Thank you, Alan, and thank you for being part of, you know, getting the message of the work out into the world and always being part of the CoSM family, you know, and coming back and sharing your reflections on the fringe, on the matters that are just lie beyond our consciousness, and only when we enter this new reality, or when we have that experience, then a new reality dawns on us.
exactly right. And I have to also say, I was here when you were building the wall. Somewhere my signature's underneath, but it's like this. It's like the Chapel of Sacred. We saw it go up the skeleton, then the wiring, then the nervous system. So it's like when you stand in front of the sacred mirrors, it is a healing. When you stand in front of the skeletal image there, and you put your hands out, you're reflecting the perfection of your body from the skeletal, muscle, lymphatic, into the spiritual bodies. And so it's healing to be in this space. So thank you for making this possible for the world. So I do want to talk about UFOs because that is, because the world is changing. The fact that this has come up this year in a year of revelation, the year when things are really coming together in Congress. Have you heard about these whistleblowers that are coming forward? Yes, yes. Well, they're whistleblowers because there's people inside the government that doesn't want the secret out. They don't want to tell us we're not alone in the universe. But guess what? We are actually the aliens here. No, really, I think so. Our consciousness is different. I mean, animals are great and trees, but we are so multidimensional. I don't think my dog could paint the picture like this. No, really. We are so multidimensional and multifaceted that this consciousness didn't evolve. I mean, I believe in evolution, but it didn't evolve from primates evolving here on Earth. We descended from the cosmos as non-local consciousness. And so these ETs are just another aspect of us showing up in a different form. And so why is that being hidden from us? Why are we not being told the truth from it? Because it means there's something more to us as human beings, and it's depicted in these pictures. So if we just think we're a bag of meat and potatoes, then, I mean, especially if you're a vegan, that's not too good. But if you know that you are the infinite consciousness made manifest through light and love, then we can't be controlled. Then we realize we are non-local. And I've been teaching remote viewing courses where we're going off planet with our consciousness and making contact with ETs through remote viewing. And it's also something the government's doing as well, because this consciousness that we are is multidimensional revelations. That's why you stand in front of these pictures and they make sense, because you know you're stretching into these other realities. And that's what this time is all about. This time is a time of awakening to who we really are as infinite beings. And this is why this chapel is sacred, because it reflects the infinite nature of the human being. So getting back to ETs, they already know that. They already know they're infinite, and they're coming in and out of our atmosphere, and there's more sightings than ever. You realize that? More people are seeing, so the government can't control it anymore. And it's a phenomena. So you heard the word UFOs going to UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, from unidentified flying objects. So it's really going from objects to phenomena. What makes it a phenomena is that there's biological and neurological influences that happen when you see an extraterrestrial craft. How many people have seen a UFO or something in this room? There you go. So if you've seen something, you are part of the phenomena. You are involved. And so it's a shift in consciousness just seeing something like this. So it's no longer just an object. It's a connection to this higher realm, and people have had awakenings. There's also a cognitive dissonance that happens when you see something, because it's not supposed to be in our reality, because our reality has been dictated by those people in charge. That was one of the reasons Timothy Leary said, you know, LSD is illegal, not because it's harmful, but because they don't want us to think differently than what you're supposed to think. But now there's an Entheon revolution, so we are allowed to think differently. So we are at this really crucial time of change where ETs are showing up, AI is coming online, digital currency, ethnogens are become mainstream. There were 12,000 people in Denver. So something's changing, and so they can't keep us down anymore. We need to know we are at the evolutionary precipice of a new reality. And so these beings that are coming into our airspace, our lives, our dreams, are not foreign. They're not really alien. They're us in another form. Oh, I was going to show some slides. Is there a slide? Where's your slides clicker? They could see it downstairs. Oh, there's a clicker, because I want to just play what's coming. Even though we know, which one do you click?
Now, if you
Oh, yeah.
If you
Oh,
wanna
yeah.
turn around, if you're in a position
Oh,
where you
yeah.
can turn around.
Oh, there. I just put theologue up there
Thank
because.
you, because if it's blocking the painting, but you can see it on
Right.
the screen now. Yeah,
The,
I love that.
Theologue is my connection to the cosmos, and that was the name of the motion picture that won the Academy Award, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. That picture really depicts being everywhere all the time, all at once. So how do we go forward there? Which one is the? It's this one. This one. That one. That one. That one. That one. Oh, there. Oh, that's my book. Oh, actually.
Maybe just tell them to advance
I
it,
will.
yeah.
You know, in the book,
Yeah.
you have that because
Yes.
Alex, you're a great speaker. I wrote not a dedication, but the preface is from this guy William Ellery Jennings, who was one of the early abolitionists who talked about this time of freedom. Wait. And I wonder if you could just read this, because it really reflects the times we're in. Right there, just a little preface. Because I would love to hear you read that, because this is where we are now, at the precipice of a new time, as a new race.
There are seasons in human affairs of inward and outward revolution, when new depths seem to be broken up in the soul, when new wants are unfolded in multitudes, and a new and undefined good is thirsted for. There are periods when the principles of experience need to be modified, when hope and trust and instinct claim a share in the guidance of affairs, when in truth to dare is the highest wisdom.
Yes.
William Ellery Channing, The
18
Union.
1844. But we're at 1844 because he was abolishing slavery. It was part of that movement. So we have been enslaved to people controlling our reality. And that's why the government can no longer keep the secret that we're not alone in the universe. So there are these whistleblowers coming up. And I'll show you, I'm going to play something from a guy named Gary Nolan, who on, that's one, that cartoon, no, I just want to show you that cartoon, shows you why we're not seeing UFOs. Wait, there's me, going back. Wait. I don't know, I'm not going forward. Back. Okay, oh, there. This cartoon shows us why we're not seeing UFOs, because everyone's looking at their cell phone, really. But that's why people are, if you're looking up, you are seeing it. So this is a little history of UFO sightings starting Roswell right around now, July 1st, 1947, around July 1st. UFOs crash land because of the radar in Roswell, and the government says, guess what? We've captured a flying saucer. And then the next day, they say, no, we're just kidding. It wasn't a flying saucer. It was a weather balloon. 1961, Betty and Barney Hill had the first kind of not, I wouldn't say legalized abduction, but real abduction by aliens. And there's a sign on the road in New Hampshire saying, this is where Barney and Betty Hill were abducted basically by aliens. And it's an official state sign of New Hampshire. So that's pretty good. And then that brings us to why we've transferred from UFOs to UAPs. It wasn't just a better branding. There was actually a phenomena that intersects with who we are as human beings. So it's not just objects in the sky, it's interactive. So if you think a thought, just the other day I was actually out in Arizona looking at these night vision goggles, and there was this object in the sky that looked like a triangle, and I was looking at these goggles, and as I was looking at it, it went from a triangle going up to facing down. I said, wow, this really is stuff out there. It was like, that was a moment. So the next slide is like this. New York Times, this is another red letter date, December 16th, 2017, front page headlines. There's a secret UFO program that is called the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification on the front cover of the New York Times. It's been going on for 5 years, being funded by the secret government inside inside the Pentagon, basically giving money to this guy, Luis Elizondo, and everyone knows him. He's come forward. He's been on 60 Minutes. So this is one of the documents that talks about the human interface with the phenomena, that it actually has a neurological effect on people's brains. If you've seen something, and especially in close quarters, it could be harmful and it could also be positive. So depending on how you approach the phenomena. The people like on Skinwalker Ranch, you know about Skinwalker Ranch? They were looking for these objects to make weapons, to see how we can use these weaponry with these craft that have been retrieved, and they've gotten a lot of bad reactions from the orbs. But if you come there with a positive attitude, it's going to reflect your positive attitude. So the phenomena reflects where you are at. That's what I've seen going around. So I just want to go back to another slide here. This guy says he works for a company, an office inside the government called the All Domain Anomalous Resolution Office. And he says, no, there's no such thing. We haven't seen any evidence of UFOs. There is some sound to this, but do you want to play the sound? Can you? Oh, can you put a microphone up to that? Oh, you want to put a microphone up to that?
Of extraterrestrial
Here.
activity, off-world technology, or objects that defy the known laws of physics. In the event sufficient scientific data were ever obtained that a UAP encountered can only be explained by extraterrestrial origin, we are committed to working with our interagency partners at NASA to appropriately inform U.S. government's leadership of its findings. For those few cases that have leaked to the public previously and subsequently commented on by the U.S. government, I encourage those who hold alternative theories or views to submit your research to credible peer-reviewed scientific journals.
This guy was hired in denial of the whole thing. That's inside the Pentagon. So the Pentagon's saying, no, there's nothing out there. And then on May 19th, 2023, Gary Nolan, you know who he is? He's an immunologist at Stanford University. He's at the SALT Talks, which is a big, high-level kind of conference in New York City. He comes on, and he does a bombshell of a drop about Revelation. So let me just go to the next one there. Up there, can you put the, oh, right there, okay, okay.
Do you believe
Can you put it
that
up louder, the sound?
extraterrestrial intelligence has visited
Do you
planet
believe
Earth?
extraterrestrials?
I think you can go a step further. It hasn't just visited, it's been here a long time, and it's still here. And it has basically, you know, people talk about the wow signal, looking for extraterrestrial intelligence. The wow signal is that people see it on an almost regular basis. That's the communication that's already here.
Okay, that guy works inside the government too. He looks at people's brains who've been connected to UFOs, and he found there's a part of the lower cerebellum called the caput that is more evolved, more developed in remote viewers and in contactees. And so he's talking from the other side of government, and then we get one more thing from Gary Nolan. This is another, was this one? That's the next one. Oh no, let me go back one. That one, play that sound. Because this guy, the interviewer, can't believe what Gary Nolan just said. Can you just play the sound?
And that statement seems
Oh.
so incredible that
It's so incredible.
right? Like, people hear that, and maybe a lot of people hear that, and they don't believe it.
This guy
I'm
doesn't.
curious, if you had to assign a probability to that statement, that you believe extraterrestrial intelligence has visited this planet, what probability would you assign?
100%.
Yes.
And that's not just my opinion. I mean, look, the National Defense Appropriation Act passed last year, signed by Biden in December. 30 pages of that is the establishment of an unidentified aerial phenomenon office, the establishment of looking into the harm that's happened to any of a number of the individuals, going back to 1945 and looking at the disinformation and misinformation that has been basically articulated over the decades. 12 U.S. senators have signed on to a document that basically says we want the information. The establishment of an office, ARROW, in the Department of Defense, has 25 people working in it right now. And what's their goal? Collecting the information across all of the U.S. Department of Defense intelligence offices, and collation of that into a uniform format for the very first time, and provision of that then to Congress. The creation of a whistleblowers program specifically that allows people from within, I'm going to say this, who've been working on the reverse engineering programs, reverse engineering of objects, so that they can come in and break their oaths, but specifically just to talk to Congress and give that information in classified settings. And that the most recent one that happened was just last weekend, and it created quite a hornet's nest in Washington.
Right, it did. We're going to see a little bit of that whistleblower, because why is there a whistleblower? Because part of the government is not telling the truth to Congress. This is a constitutional crisis we're in. It's not so much about aliens. Who cares about that? It's about government. No, I care about aliens. But no, it's really more about government hiding the truth than it is about alien. I mean, everyone knows we're not alone in the universe. Okay, we'll just go. I'm getting a little time signal from. Okay. And we have this Senator Kristen Gillibrand is putting bills out. She's really good. She's really on our side. She's New York State Senator. Okay, and then let me just go. Should I play a little bit of this? What we're going? Okay. Okay. Grush, this guy Grush is saying he's a whistleblower. He works for the intelligence department. He said there's people coming forward saying we have crashed objects in our possession, and the government saying no, we don't. So there's two different stories coming out from the government. And this guy Grush, who's come forward, is being accused of lying. He says, no, I'm a whistleblower. I'm telling the truth. So whistleblowers have to be protected because they're showing what the illegalities in government is going on. So he's come out and he says, yes, we have crash retrievals. We have dead bodies of aliens, or maybe even live bodies of aliens. So this blows the whole story wide open. How could that be possible? How could we be lied to since Roswell, 86 years? I mean, because as Mark Twain says, it's easier to fool the people than to convince them they've been fooled. So that's it. We're not alone in the universe. We've never been alone. We are the aliens. We're waking up to new realities. This building, the sanctuary, these paintings are part of a reality of multidimensionality that we're coming to realize about ourselves as human beings. And thank you very much for this time.
Thank you, Alan. Love you so much, Alan. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you so much.
Making Contact, Alan
right.
Steinfeld.
Yes.
Super awesome. Congratulations.
And lots of more paranormal to go. Now, thank you so much, Alan, for representing the UAPs, which I also understood was renamed because they're also coming out of the water. They're not just coming
Abnormal
in from
phenomena
the air, but they're
now.
abnormal
Yeah.
phenomena. Yeah. All right. So, but anyway, Michael Birdie is here to play for us the oud. And he is a master. And we are so really delighted to have you, Michael. Come on up. Let's see. We're going to change the set a little bit. Just give us 1 minute. And while we change the set just a little bit, everybody who can see the screen behind you, turn around and say hello to everybody in the remote room, which is in the All One Gallery. Say
Wave
hi,
into the
everybody.
cameras.
Hi, we love you over there in the
Love
All One
you.
Gallery. And also out there in the world, as far as Finland and Australia and whatever. We have people from all over the world that became members during the, since we've become a broadcasting center. So we're really delighted to have people from everywhere watching this show. And Michael's just going to set up. Michael is the lead and founder of Baharat, which is an Arabic word, and for spices, is it not? Okay, there you go. This is spicy music by Michael Birdie. Michael Birdie. Awesome.
Test. Well, Thank you for having me.
Thank you for blessing this.
It's been a long time since I've been here. I kind of go back to the Union Street. Remember Union Street?
Oh my God, you came to our loft.
Yeah, and
Oh
I
my
remember
God.
going the first time and just walking away like, it can't be here. This is like a seedy apartment building. These cherished
old.
works are in this place. But so it's amazing to see this is really touching. So yes, so tonight I'm going to be playing the oud. If anybody's seen this before, it's this is a Syrian instrument, but it's also very common in Turkey, Morocco, Africa. A lot of African countries play it. And I'm going to be playing some traditional music. I'm still thinking about the aliens. That was. I'm just trying to get out of the. I agree with everything this man Alan said, and thank you for saying. There he is. There, yeah, right there.
No, show him the alien
I thought he was
head.
just reading my mind or something. Oh yeah, the oud looks like an alien. We
Yeah.
discovered. So here's your alien. He's screaming. You see that?
It's
the eyes,
Skinny Bob.
It's shocked that you know so much. Oh, so I'm going to be playing some traditional music from the Ottoman Empire to start. It's called the semai. Does anybody know what a semai is? No. So let me teach you quickly. A semai is it's a form of music. It's also a rhythm. It's a rhythm and a form of music, a genre, which the translation of semai means listen. So it's truly a meditative piece. It's not most Middle Eastern music is vocal or dance music, but this is something that the sultans in the Ottoman Empire wanted to become the sound of the land, so they commissioned all these composers to write it. So the name of this one is Samai Nawa Atar. Nawa Atar is a maqam. It's a mode of music, and the name of each Samai will typically be named after the mode of music that it's in. So Nawa Atar. Thank you. So, something I forgot to mention about that. You may notice the time signature was a little weird. Can anybody pick up on that? So it's a 10-time signature, which really draws you into the. It's not something you could just really tap your foot along to right away. And it's a special piece of music. If you're into this, please, I really encourage you to look into more Ottoman style music. Thank you. So the next song I'm gonna play is an original, and it's the single from this new project I'm putting out. And I'm sure somebody's here's got to know what Syrian Rue is, right? Okay. So this is the concept of the album, and if anybody doesn't know what Syrian Rue is or Harmala, it's the entheogen of the Middle East. You might call it the Middle Eastern ayahuasca, with DMT and MAOI. And so that's really the influence for this song. So what a great place to play it for the first time. And I'm going to be using a loop pedal because my percussionist couldn't make it. So Thank you. So, yeah, unfortunately, my loop pedal just decided to give out. It's the full moon, blame it on the full moon. I was born on the full moon. I don't mean to brag, but I just found out not that long ago. You could check it out online. Go to the website. See, maybe you were born under a full moon too. Well, you're all full moons tonight. We're all reflecting the light. So, the next song I'm gonna play is a piece from Madagascar, and yeah, we're going all around from the Middle East to Madagascar. It's a little more upbeat, so we'll brighten things up. Do I have time for one more? Am I wrapping it up? Okay, so I'm going to close it out singing an Arabic song for you. Arabic's not my native tongue, so if it is yours, go easy. The name of this song is called La Mabada. It's Andalusia, Spain, where the Moors conquered, and you had a lot of the Arabic influence down there, and it's about unrequited love. So, yeah. Wadhi Vaya Hirati, Wadhi Vaya Hirati, Manli Rahim Fi Shakwati, Bilhub Min Lawati, La Maliku Jamal, Aman, 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 Obi Jamal, Fatana, Aman, 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 Lama Bada Yatetana, Lama Bada Yatetana, Aman, 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 Obi Jamal Fatana, Aman, 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 Aman. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Alex and Allyson and everyone, beautiful people. Thank you.
Michael Birdie, extraordinary, extraordinary. Thank you for introducing us to all the different manifestations of the oud. And I know it's only a few, but a taste of different countries and different approaches of this with the same instrument. And thank you, just extraordinary.
Thank you for having me anytime.
Thank you so much. Yes, I wanted to just reiterate or at least tell you, if you didn't know, that all of our performers tonight are contributing their brilliance and their talent, and they're all professional people. And so I am just so honored. And if you haven't performed at the Full Moon before and you would like to, you know, have us listen to your music or see your performance, you can send a performance video. So audition, and that's how you get to be on the Full Moon program. But anyway, it is a contribution, and all of our Full Moons are fundraisers. So we're really grateful for all of you for coming and for our musicians and speakers. And this is my contribution. It's become a poem. So I'm gonna read you my poem. It's a rhyming poem about the light body that I'm gonna read you. And you know, because we don't have any visuals to go with it, feel free to close your eyes to listen. And at the end, there's a light body activation. So you may want to close your eyes for the activation. That's up to you. Here we go. Light body. Our light body surrounds our physical form, a field that is ordered and subtle. An electromagnetic egg that expands beyond skin in a spherical bubble. An energy template that parallels the physical body embedded within it, extending at least 3 feet from the body is considered the light body's limit. On our physical body, the light body is said to be energy dependent. Once the physical stops functioning, the astral is no longer attendant. Learning light body activation can offer some godlike feats. Skill reserved for high initiates, practices for spiritual elites. Mystery schools of forgotten knowledge leave legends of yogis supreme who levitated, lived centuries, or could walk through walls like a dream. Book of the Dead says it's 49 days for astral body breakdown, and hiatus in the Bardo realm for soul's next incarnation to crown. The light body is our vehicle of return from human condition to source. If the soul is meant to merge with God, activating light body is the course. Aspects of the light body include etheric, mental, astral, and emotional. Shamans and gifted healers that work with these fields are devotional. Merkaba is Egyptian. Mer means light, Ka means soul, Ba, supreme one. Merkaba names the chariot of the graduate soul activated to ascension. Drunvala Melchizedek is a master of breathwork and visualization, teaching sacred geometric light surrounding our bodily incarnation. The philosophy of Plato used the word astral to mean stars ethereal. In the classical world, human psyche was composed of the same material. Ceremonial magicians and alchemists such as Sir Isaac Newton, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, and Aleister Crowley, all highfalutin. Committed to the practices brings light body to an elevated state, to end judgment, heal wounds, and cleanse thought, perfection to create. With the flawlessness of Jesus and Buddha, rainbow body was their reward, each ascending to join God on high after the life and death they endured. The evidence of rainbow body leaves only clothing, teeth, and hair. Thousands of reports, past and recent, of practitioners turning to air. With a sacred glow beyond charisma, radiating a presence of peace, the spiritually activated light body is an alignment that will not cease. Supreme mastery of physical form reminds us of our own magnificence, an experience of the gift we receive from Almighty Creator's omnipotence. But how can we achieve this vibration, purity of intention that's essential? By selecting a teacher with integrity, and with vigilance, we can reach our potential. Food purity can raise our vibrations. Remember to bless your food. Be impeccable with our words. Let light penetrate and never be rude. Laughter is a healing tool. Sound is language of the spheres. Music elevates lackluster energy and counters our chattering fears. Commune with nature as a trusted friend to transform and uncloud the mind. Sunshine stimulates our third eye chakra. And always remember to be kind. Here is a light body meditation to cultivate astral activation. Select a place where you can sit quietly in peace. Focus behind your eyes. Let your vision increase. Imagine a spectral pyramid fills your body with light. The base is where you sit. The tip is at your height. Imagine a second pyramid pointing in the opposite direction. The base is in your heart. The tip is your floor connection. Now see a sphere surround the pyramid with light, yellow and golden. Breathe out your love to fill that space and let your joy embolden. Allow the shape encircling your body to spin clockwise around you. Breathe comfortably. Enjoy the state. Let Merkaba surround you. Send this breath of life and love to your emotions and your pain. Your light body will appear the more you practice and skill you attain. Thank you. Well,
I love that. Thank you.
No, my pleasure.
Well,
Now, we're gonna do the blessings and declarations up here, and then we're gonna have our anchor, Alexa, come back. But anyway, blessings and declarations. We're gonna take our blessings and declarations from the audience, unless Alexa tells us we have. Is Katie here? Do we have any blessings and
Katie's here,
declarations
yeah.
from our? Do we have any blessings and declarations from others? Should we do those after?
oh, right here.
Okay, so we'll do these in the room
Awesome.
first. Great.
Alex,
Hey, how you doing?
my name is Gennaro
Allison.
and Allison.
I know I'm invisible to some people, but
And
here I
Allison.
am. I'm here.
Thank you.
It's clear. Get used to me.
And Alexa and everybody else that runs this place. And I'd like to, I saw you guys featured in Rolling Stone, and it's fantastic. And I just want to say that's because you guys rock, man, seriously. You know, it's something else. You guys have come a long way, and I just like the work that you guys put into this place is nonstop. Like you said, you kept it going all through COVID, and the expansion and the love that you guys have for each other is immense. You know, what I say is that you guys are the cosmic parents, and we're the indigo children, and we are the indigo children, and you've given us a place to come and grow and learn, you know, because I came here, 2013 was my first time coming in the door. I was an aspiring writer and artist myself, and now I'm a well-known writer in my area. You know, I was
So
we're looking for-
fantastic. Congratulations.
Congratulations
Yeah.
to you.
You know, so thank you for that. And when it comes to the light body, you know, when you become spiritual, whatever aspect that is in your life, whether it's through religion, through spiritual practices, through the chakras, whatever, you see your signs and everything, like you said with that deer, right? And I was going through a tough time many years ago. I've been battling with an autoimmune disease. I have lupus. You know, my doctor basically diagnosed me as a werewolf. So I don't know if you guys know the Latin word for wolf is lupus, you know. So I have lupus. It's almost killed me a few times. Last year I was actually given about 6 weeks to live. You know, I was 95 pounds when I was in the hospital. It wasn't good. So I've made a comeback, and I'm grateful.
Yeah. All right.
And truly,
Thank you.
I am a miracle. I should not be here right now. So when I was going through my tough time, I was driving up one night thinking about how just like bad my life is and whatever it is. You know, just I wasn't in a good place. Let's just put it that way. And I was driving down the highway, and something had run out in front of the highway and looked right at me, and I looked at it, and it was a wolf. I'm one of the only people to see a wolf in New Jersey on Route 23. Like seriously, it was a northeastern wolf. He looked at me right in the eyes, and I looked at him. I said, holy shit, he's a physical manifestation of the way I've been feeling. Because you attract what you want in life. You know, not what you want, what you are. You know, whatever you're feeling, that's what you're going to attract. So that hit me really hard. So there's that. And then when you're in a good place, I saw something very beautiful recently. My father's been growing a basil plant in the window of our kitchen, and it's been there for like 5 or 6 years, you know, and I only thought they were seasonal. So it's lasted longer than I've ever realized, and this plant, every single leaf is pressed up against the window. It does its job. It's going towards the light no matter what. That's what I've learned from plants. And us as humans,
They're heliocentric.
Yes, they
That's
do.
right.
So-
It's
They love
like,
the sun.
and we all do go toward the light. That's really so beautiful.
Tell us your name.
Gennaro Lombardi.
Gennaro. Gennaro, thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for sharing.
We have time. Next.
Super.
Shannon.
Yeah.
Wait a second. First of all, Shannon is up here. Let's take Shannon next. Thank you. There you go.
A short blessing in tongues / light language. Asukare nakaya satatetere makaria sati bensakabuvayataya saitayoya nakaya sati.
Thank you, Shannon.
Wow.
Katie, do we have anybody coming in with a blessing? Hand them back to Katie for a second.
Okay, we have Sean from Oregon, who is sharing a blessing of protection for the McGill tribe in the mighty and mystical mountains of Oregon.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Now, does everybody know what a declaration is? A declaration is when you declare something to community, it empowers that declaration, whatever it might be. Yes.
So, hello. This is my second time at CoSM. Thank you so much. Both of you are absolutely wonderful, spectacular people. Thank you for having me here a second time.
It's great to see you.
What's your name?
Adela. My name is Adela.
Okay, Adela, you tell us your blessing or your declaration.
All right. So, I live within the condition of becoming a teenager in 2023. A lot of teenagers in my generation have lost a sense of respect and appreciation for beauty. So I declare that for the rest of my life, I am going to uphold that appreciation. I will admire beauty in every chance I get, and I'm surrounded by beauty right now. So this is wonderful for me to be here. And for my blessing, I wish that all of you are able to continue being in awe of the simple beauties, even things that you see every day. Please keep on marveling at the sunsets.
Thank you, Adela. Everybody. Woo! Thank you, Adela.
Epic. That was epic. Who's
Pure
next?
wisdom.
Short and sweet, ladies
How
and
about
gents.
our friend right in front here.
You're right here. Here you go.
Hello, everyone. I have a declaration. Woo! All right. So please recognize that I have, you have, we have everything we need to grow and prosper right here, right now. And that I am, you are, we are worthy of giving love, showing love, and receiving love. So please show your true colors. Thank you.
Tell us your name. Tell us your name.
Awesome. Amazing.
These are great.
What's your name? Shout it out.
I'm Marcel, A.
Marcel, thank you so much.
Who's next? Short and sweet. Let's go. Who do you want?
Is there a lady right there? Yeah.
Hello, I'm Wendy, and my declaration is that I'm going to accept the role of artist again and pick up my brushes and pick up all my creative stuff. We're going to take it out of the closet, we're going to take it out of the drawers, and we're going to start creating.
Yeah! I love that.
Tell us your name.
I'm Wendy.
Wendy, you did say Wendy. I'm sorry. Yes, everybody knows Wendy now.
Wow.
Nice one, Wendy.
Yeah.
Wendy, we're going to look forward to seeing your art. Katie, do we have anybody else? Let's do another Katie. These are the people from everywhere.
Thank you. Yes, this is the community from online. We have Dan. May all those who are feeling lost and unable to find their own path discover the gentle guidance that leads them towards their true center.
Beautiful.
Beautiful blessing.
Beautiful. There's
Wow.
somebody.
We have maybe one in the back or
Yes,
something?
stand up. There you go.
I'm coming
Thank you,
for
Dan,
you.
by the way.
Coming for you. Here you go. Yeah, for you.
I thought you said he had a mic for you. My name is Anthony. My artist name is Frogo, and short and sweet. I am a survivor of child sexual abuse, and for a good portion of my life, or entire life, I was really suffering mentally, going through this challenge, feeling like damaged goods, so to say. And this year, I gained the courage to defend my 7-year-old self in court. I lost all my family in the process because they wanted me to keep my mouth shut. But I just wanted to say that story, to say that right now I'm in the process of stepping into my strongest self, filled with courage. And my affirmation and declaration today is that everybody here in this room is accessing their highest version of themselves, and that each and every one of us is going to step into every iota's worth of courage right now and for the rest of their life.
Anthony. Thank you, Anthony.
Wow.
Amazing.
Thank you. I'd like to just say thank you, Anthony, for your courage in sharing that, and we'd all be honored to be your family.
Yes. Yes. How many more we want to go? We're past time, but you guys seem to be happy.
Thank you. I just want to extend my ever-present gratitude to the earth we are standing on, to the trees, the plants, the animals, the waters, and to you two as a sacred couple, and to all of us, because wherever we are going together.
Tell us your name. Tell us your name. Tell us your name.
Oh, Amy Mermaid.
Yes.
If I
Say
could
your
do-
name again. What did she say?
It's a declaration, right?
Yeah.
Let us declare that we demand disclosure of the technologies. We already have anti-gravity technology and zero-point energy developed on this planet. Demand disclosure. It's a declaration.
Thank you. We have time for another from
One more from the World Wide Web.
from the planet
We,
here.
we want one more from the World Wide Web, I think. Why not? We're all here. Here we go.
We have Papa Bear here. He says, in the name of the Holy Spirit, may everyone be watched over and guided into a path of righteousness, wisdom, and understanding. May our angers soften and true love be the real goal.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Should that be enough? Is that enough? Should we do any more? What do you think, Alexa? Alexa is the anchor, and we're going to do yes, every full moon we take an opportunity to send blessings to those who need healing and people who are grieving. So we're going to start with the healing prayer. Okay, where are we? Okay, let's find it. There we go. All right. So this is an opportunity to hold in your heart anybody you know that may need a healing prayer. We know that prayer works in healing. It's been studied scientifically, and it works. Even if people don't know you're praying for them, they can be healed. It's actually scientifically proven. Isn't that true, Alex? Alex says yes. You know, gospel truth. So recall the name of your loved one as we pray.
Great Spirit, thank you for blessing us with this day and for our precious body and soul. We feel the light of Spirit shining in our hearts. And as we breathe, a glow expands to surround us like a luminous sphere.
The brightness in our hearts magnifies as we join together in a gleaming web with countless others around the world, a luminous net of beings. From the superabundance of our combined energy field, we envision rays of healing light surrounding and protecting us, our family and friends.
May the light shine on all who need healing. May Spirit renew each soul with creative power to rebuild stronger and weave peace and harmony across the earth. May the water, air, fire, and earth be purified, and the web of life be strong and resilient.
Amen.
Well, some who are with us may be grieving the loss of a family member or a friend. And we send our deep condolences to everyone who is going through this, and we acknowledge the sacred space of sorrow and compassion that we carry for all of those who are suffering on our planet. Remembering the brevity of life, we appreciate the beauty of every precious day.
Almighty Spirit, we remember the souls of beloved ones who have passed on. Cherishing them in our heart, they remain close. To evoke their memory, recall their names as we reflect together for a moment of silent prayer, sending a wave of love from our being to theirs. May their memory be a blessing. So now it's Alexa's turn. We bring Alexa up. Yay, everybody give Alexa a round of applause. Alexa, our CoSM full moon anchor.
Full moon anchor, that's the name. Don't wear it out. Good to see everybody. How are we doing? This has been a fulfilling full moon ceremony, if I do say so myself. And the enchantment just continues throughout the night after the broadcast ends. Definitely head on over to the bonfire. There's going to be some fire spinning. Walk through the gallery at your own pace. Yes, make some connections. Make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 friends. 11, maybe it's a good number. And you two will be hanging out.
We'll be here.
We'll be here.
For the rest of the night.
For the rest of the night. And around 11, mosey on over to that bonfire because we will be doing the closing there. We'll howl at the moon in style with the fire. And if you're hungry, we have some refreshments nestled near the fire. There's porta-johns and bathrooms all throughout the property. We have 3 floors of bathrooms in this facility and porta-johns outside. So if you have to do that, take care of it, no problem. If you are interested in what CoSM's all about and you want to learn more, definitely head on over to our website. If you're trying to be an artist again and get those paints out, join us for our church because what do we do there?
We make art together.
We make art together. So,
yes. But if you don't want to make art and you feel like journaling instead or writing poetry,
we love that
bring
too.
those materials with you.
Yes, or you can tune in from the comfort of your own studio on Zoom. This is a free event for all members, both on site and on Zoom. Future members, because that's what we call you, you can join us as well. You can find all that online. We've slated a bunch of dates for the rest of 2023, full moons, art churches, celestials. So check out our events calendar, cosm.org/events, and mark your calendars and follow us online and on our newsletter to be in the know when certain tickets are going to be released. We're excited about autumnal equinox. We got some things brewing for that. So be in the know. Let's see. Let me look at my handy-dandy notebook here. If you are a CoSM member and you haven't been on our Mighty Network CoSM member circle, definitely get on over there as well. That's where we post and communicate virtually. It's an online forum where we can continue these very interesting conversations we've had tonight about UAPs and music and
The light
poetry.
body.
And obviously the theme of the light body. That's what our theme for Art Church will be on July 17th as well. So we'll be continuing that discussion and those reflections. It's going to be great. I think that's all I have for you all today. Thank you.
Enjoy the fire circle afterwards.
I'm going to let you two close it out for this final benediction, but thank you so much for being with us and just being part of this wild journey. We are so excited. If I have a declaration, each month we're going to continue to level up, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to be there with us, then we'd love to have you. So I'll pass it to you.
Everybody,
to
thank
close.
Alexa. Alexa, you are awesome. We'll bring it back.
Dedication to love. From the core of our hearts, we dedicate ourselves to the complete and full expression of love in all our activities and in all our relationships.
Love is the soul's medicine, a refuge in our hearts, protecting us from utter despair. Finding compassion in the eyes of the beloved and the stranger gives us the courage to endure.
May love enable us to forgive and accept. May love sensitize us with care and wisdom. May love help heal the sickness and wounds of life. May love enable us to forgive and accept ourselves.
May love enable us to forgive and accept each other. May love help us overcome our cruelty and bitterness, our greed and delusion, our jealousy and ignorance.
May love rule our hearts and minds, directing us to reach out, doing our best to benefit others, to heal suffering, to give gifts, to create beauty, in the infinite network that is our world.
A heart of loving kindness pours creative grace into the world to alleviate pain and mend the heart net. To the healing art of love, we dedicate ourselves.
May any merit generated by this gathering be offered to the benefit and liberation of all beings.
Happy full moon.
Thank you.